all you beautiful people out there. I hear a lot of black people, especially men, get on YouTube talking about the system doesn't hold them back. And I'm wondering, what system are you talking about? What system that doesn't hold you back? The system doesn't hold you back. Maybe you should ask, black military people of the hell that they've gone through. At one time, they wouldn't even I think during Vietnam, they would not let black men fight with weapons. They had to lead a squad with rocks and sticks. What are you guys talking about that the system doesn't hold us back? You're experiencing, racism, but it doesn't hold you back. Yes, it does. There are plenty of cases where, there was an issue where my dad, he was starting a business, cutting down trees. And once he cut his tree down, the neighbor said, hey, can you cut my tree down? So he started a tree cutting business. And then it got to where, he needed more people. He knew a black guy who was already doing this. And the guy said, you know what, I can't help you. And he said it was because of the white people wouldn't support him if he helped him. Is that not holding you down? How about the jail system? Let's look at the jail system. There are black men being held right now in jail for crimes that they did not commit. The youngest person ever to be executed was a 14-year-old boy for a crime he did not commit. They said, he did something to two little white girls. He never did it. There has been cases, where police officers have knocked off, black children, constantly and left them on the side of the roads with their, shoe. I'm just wondering what part of the system not holding you down are you guys talking about? Because as far as I know, that's exactly what they do. Or how about loans and stuff like that, where, you can't go and get a particular loan, or you can't go and move into a particular place. People are wondering, what are you doing here? That's literally holding you back. We see Karen after Karen after Karen saying, what are you doing in our building? Why are you here? That's not holding you back. I don't know what you guys are talking about. And now we're looking at Christopher Belter, who is a white privileged 20-year-old who, sexually violated 4 teens, 14 girls, 4 underaged girls. And he did it all in his house. And he was found guilty of all of them. He got 8 years of probation. 8 years. Christopher Belter got 8 years of probation. If I even look at a teen the wrong way, her mother can come and say, I did something that I didn't do, and now I'm under investigation or possibly going to jail. Remember the case where that boy, the boy was in high school. He was in high school and he was about to go to college, to a big college, and his girlfriend, and these were both black kids, so I'm not just talking about white people. They were both black kids, and he kissed a girl on the elevator, and the girl said he sexually assaulted her. He went to jail for 10 years for a kiss. And then 10 years later, the black girl, finally said, this guy did not do it. She got $1.5 million off of that. Christopher Belter is not going to do a day in jail. I don't understand what you guys talk about. The system is not holding black people back. When you have, listen, almost every week we see a video about a man who did 25 years in jail for a crime he didn't do. And it's always a black man. Always. That is literally the definition of holding you back. 25 years of your life where you'll never get that back is literally the definition of holding you back. And this scumbag, Christopher Belter, will not do a day in jail for 4 girls. I can't listen. If you haven't been noticing lately, there have been black people going to jail for jaywalking. This is not an arrestable crime. There have been men dead recently, dead for jaywalking. One guy walked across the street. He waited till the light turned, walked across the street, and he danced across the street. And the people in their car say, hey, there's a black guy out there dancing. Yeah, it's crazy as hell. Crazy. This black man danced across the street and the police stopped him and asked him, was he okay? He was like, I'm a dancer. I own a dance studio. This is what I do. And he said, well, do you want to harm yourself? And the guy says, no, I'm going to my car. It's right over there. He's like, I'm going to go to my car. And the police said, that's not how this works. They arrested him for dancing across the street. This just happened a couple months ago. They arrested him. Look at all these cases where black people are minding the business and they're being carted off. When you black people say the system does not harm or hold black people back, you're out of your mind. I don't know what world you're living in. I have no idea when you say the system doesn't harm or stop black people. Listen, let's take some of the rich black people. You can pull a name out of the hat and talk about these black people. You can take a musician. Let's go to music. Name one of the richest black musicians on the planet. You can talk about Jay-Z, Kanye West. None of them own their own distribution. Kanye West doesn't own his own distribution. Jay-Z does not own his own distribution. If you don't know what that means you can go and make all the music you want. But the people who put it out on the radio, the people who distribute it from your house or wherever you made it to getting it on the radio, those people are the gatekeepers of music, of major music. Now you have a lot of people, who are doing it, on their own now. Saying that's why Soulja Boy was such an anomaly, because he did it on his own. But Soulja, his case, you don't usually have people getting that rich. Jay-Z and them, they don't own their own distributing company. They do not own that. Okay? Well, Tidal, I don't know if Tidal is a distributive company now or whatever, but nonetheless, when their music was, being coming up and out, they didn't own none of that. You got to understand, a lot of rich black people had to go through white people in order to get their money. So you guys saying, they're not holding you back, where are you getting your money from? You going to a job, it's a good chance that some white person owns that job. Oh, you own your own what? Do you own your own buildings? Do you actually own the building? I mean, some of you are barbers. Some of you have all these other jobs. Do you own the buildings? Do you own the whole building? You own it. You bought it outright, because owning it is not making payments on it. Owning it is you own it outright. Do you own the building? Do you own the land? There's a good chance that you don't. And if you don't, that means the bank owns it. And if you don't own the bank, then guess who owns your building? White people. You guys need to cut it out. Babylon, but yeah, you know what? I need my glasses, because I'm just saying the system isn't holding you back. Yes, it is. They hold you back when they want to. When they want to, they hold you back. A lot of people, they're not holding me back. I'm an entrepreneur. You're doing what? What are you doing? I'm an entrepreneur too, but I am well aware that I do not own this building that I live in. I'm well aware that even if I bought a house, I don't own that house until the deed is in my name. I'm fully aware of that. I'm fully aware that if I'm going using storage units, I don't own the storage unit. There are very few people, especially black people, who actually own the business in its entirety. They own everything, and they still have to adhere to taxes. They still have to adhere to some type of control. by white people. And if they want to come and shut you down, they will. And don't act like they can't. They did it to Seneca Village. They did it to Black Wall Street. We own those. We own Black Wall Street. They came in and took everything. They did it to Rosewood. We own that property. We own that land. They came in. Look, you need to look at what happened at Rosewood. Some of those people are still, are still alive. They can tell you. They came in, they started something, came in, took the land. They wanted the land. They came in, took the land, they killed those people, and they took that land from them. That's what they wanted. They ran everybody out there, or they would have been hugged. And they ran them off by a train. If that train wouldn't have came, there would have been a lot more dead people. You people are ignorant as hell. And quit saying that the system is not holding you back or the system can't hold you back, because a lot of you, you're not where you actually could be if you were running things. And I'm going to tell you something else. Black people, sometimes I'm glad black people ain't in charge, because they'll hold you back in a heartbeat. Black people will do you dirt in a heartbeat. If you have something nice and shiny, black people will come and take it from you. I'm going to read some of these. Hold on a second. I'm going to read some of these comments. Y'all sickening me with the stupidity. Pure stupidity. This little silly white dude. I'm reading these comments now. And even the lawyer said, it's totally whack. And even ordinary white people act like they don't say, well, I tell you what, that lawyer, let me play what this lawyer said, because this lawyer he couldn't believe it. Let me see what this lawyer.
House sexual assault. That is what happened there. That is not something that we should look past.
Belter must follow an extensive list of probation rules that the judge says will be like a sword hanging over his head. He must register as a sex offender, and he will be back in court on December 2nd. It will be decided whether he is a level 1, 2, or 3 offender. Eileen Buckley, 7 Eyewitness News.
It wasn't decided. It wasn't obvious what he was.
In jail time, adult.
Plating his previous probation.
He is privileged. He comes from money. He is white. He's being sentenced as an adult appropriately. And for an adult to get away with these crimes without doing jail time is
and inconceivable. He's not going to do a day in jail. Now, the same thing happened to one of the departments, one grown man. He was diddling his niece or something like that. She was like 5 years old, and he got caught. And the judge said, the reason why she didn't sentence him to jail is because he would not do well in jail. I'm sorry, jail is a place for reform now. Jail is a place where people go to do well. You got people murder. Listen, the COs will kill you in jail. They poison your food in jail. They put you in places where they know you're going to get killed. They put you in situations where they know you're going to get beat up. They slaughter you in jail. I mean, what kind of excuses he want? Listen, y'all better not ever talk. Listen, whenever somebody comes out of their mouth with the system doesn't hold black people back, I have nothing to say to you. There's no conversation I have for you, because listen, if that's the way you feel, there's nothing I got for you. I know one black woman that said, hey, slavery, people deserved it because it was the energy that they put out. And it just made me nervous to hear a black woman say that. Like, how do you say that people deserve to be beaten and molested and their children thrown to alligators, people hung in, like, what energy did they put out where you can put a man in a bird cage and just let him sit there and cook for the rest of his life? You don't feed him, no nothing. You let the bug, you let him start that from the bugs, and he's just there until months, and he just dies there where everybody can see. How do you say that when police can shoot a man dead in the street and they just watched him? You know, that's what they did to Brown. They just shot him dead in the street and they left him there for 2 hours. They would not let an ambulance come and take him because they wanted to show who has the power. That's all that was. They wanted to show who had the power. We're going to shoot him. We're going to leave him there so everybody sees is a dead black kid in the middle of the street. I just don't know what you guys are talking about because, you know, the police are snatching up our children now. They're taking our children, and these judges are helping them. They got this one female judge who she's throwing kids in jail. Boom, boom, boom. You know, listen, when Sandra Bland died, I mean, she went to jail over a turn signal ticket. A turn signal ticket. You know, they just made rules that were anything that the police gets involved with you with, anything is arrestable. Why would they do that? Because they want us in and out of the jail system. And listen, for you, like you say, the system doesn't hold us back. Let's drink this in. If the police say that, oh, okay, so if you get arrested, let's say you got arrested for fighting. Let's say you got arrested for fighting. You beat somebody up, right? That's assault. You get arrested for assault. When you're arrested for assault, when you go before the judge, it's assault and battery. It's attempted murder. They can trump those cases up, and then the judge decides on what you're going to get sentenced for. It's called being overindicted. They do this just so they're throwing something at the wall to hope that it sticks. So they make up all these things that go along with it, and they overindict you just to hope that something sticks. And then the judge looks at all of these claims and listens to the witness, and then they go, I'm going to throw out attempted manslaughter for punching this guy in the face. You know, you listen to some of these cases, what these people have gone to jail for, black men have gone to jail for. It's just ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous. You took a candy bar, oh, that's strong arm robbery. Case in point, just so you guys don't think I'm making this up, there's one guy who went to jail for 50 years, black guy. You know why he went to jail? He stole a sandwich. I am not making it up. That guy is still in jail. And they are afraid to let him out. You know why they're afraid? Yeah, this case should be, I think it is national news, D. You know why they're afraid to let him out? Because he's so strong that he can break handcuffs. I kid you not. And when they talked to him, he started crying. He said, they put me in jail for 50 years. 50 years for stealing a sandwich. He said, I was just hungry. Oh, no, it's not only because you stole a sandwich. It's because, as one of the nurses in the jail says, this guy has gorilla strength. Why would she mention that? Because they are afraid of him. When all they had to do, I mean, yeah, if he stole something, fine. You want to take him in. I mean, hell, I would have paid his bail. You know, I mean, what was that? That's called petty theft. There's a reason why there is a revised code in every state. It's called petty goddamn theft. That guy he shouldn't even went to jail, truthfully. But if you're gonna arrest him, fine. But you saw that he stole a ham sandwich on rye, which he probably doesn't even eat. Black people don't eat ham sandwich on rye. We don't eat pumpernickel. He stole an uncommonly a sandwich. You can tell he wouldn't eat this on pumpernickel or something. And he was hungry. And he took that sandwich. And they called the police and they arrested him. But when the police found out that this man was stronger than all of them put together, they're afraid of him. And they overindicted him. And he is still in jail today. If you don't believe me, there's a YouTube video about him. Because he's so strong. And listen, when I say he can bring handcuffs, I don't mean like this. I mean behind his back. He can snap handcuffs from behind his back. That's how strong his shoulders are. It's ridiculous. This guy's like 5'5". He's ridiculously strong. I just hate when people say the system is not holding us back when you got a dude like this who's just... Listen, Kyle Rittenhouse ain't going to jail. He's being tried as an adult, but they threw out... Listen, Kyle Rittenhouse... the judge said that he's not going to adhere to the charges of a teen walking around with an AK-47 or with an AR-15, which means he's not going to try a child for having an AR-15 that was given to him by his mother. How many black kids do you know can run around with an AR-15? Let's just start there. If we put one of these kids in this black neighborhood that I live in was walking down the street with an AR-15, they would shoot that kid in the face. Tamir Rice had a BB gun. He's 13 years old. They shot him in 2 seconds. And there was no one else around Tamir Rice. He wasn't even close to being a threat. They saw a gun and they killed him and got away with it. I don't know what you Negroes are talking about when the system's not holding you back. That is the very definition of being held back. When you shoot a 13-year-old who has a BB gun. You didn't even go to the protocol of asking or saying, put the gun down, put your hands up, which is protocol. They opened, fired, and killed Tamir Rice without saying anything. The system is holding us back. When the police stop shooting black kids, and when I can drive down the street without thinking I'm going to die, then the system is no longer holding us back. I know, where they at? What up, Tom? What's going on, BNEs? I'm still respecting my change. What do you mean? Sorry, my nose is having a fit here. Yeah, we're like these social injustice warriors. I tell you what, they're idiots. They're idiots. Where's Candace Owens now? Thank you. Where's Candace Owens now? Say, how about that goofy ass general who said that? Remember? Yeah, there it is. I need to get on that, bro. Who said that Eric Garner wasn't choked out? He died of asphyxiation. Eric Garner was put in a chokehold and choked completely out. And then when they said you couldn't do it, police can't do it anymore, a lot of police decided they didn't want to do the job anymore. Look, once again, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but they're still killing us when they want to. They're still putting us in jail when they want to. this white boy should have went under the jail. Because I can't. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you guys something straight up. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something straight up. There are teens. There's a whole flock of teen girls. Well, just teens. We're not talking about girls, right? That live here. That live right here in this neighborhood. And when they see me, they say something to me, but I ignore them. And they try to get my attention, and I ignore them. I have my headphones on, and I ignore them. Because I don't want no smoke. I've seen what they do to men like me. I've seen it. I've seen men like me get buried in the court system. I know of a woman. There's a woman I used to date. Her brother went to jail because a teenage white girl came to his house. And this is in the South. She came to his house in the middle of the night, and he knew her. She lived around, She was like, listen, I ran away from the house, and I just stayed here for the night. He was like, sure, there's a bed in the basement. Go ahead and knock yourself out. The police came to his door, found out she was there. They put him in jail for 27 years. 27 years. I can't even give any of these kids advice. I can't say that to these mothers around here will rip I've already been threatened by one of them. Like if these little girls around here fighting or if they're trying to stab each other, I can't get in and stop it. I mean, if the news comes and says, hey, why didn't you stop it? I'll be like, I can't do that. I can't get involved with none of these girls. You guys will blame something on me, and then now I'm in prison for something they did. I can't say hello to these little girls. I can't say nothing. I can't, help them with their little bikes. So I can't nothing. I can't be a neighborhood guy because I am their enemy. Those mothers look at me like, I wish you would say hello to my daughter. And I know it. I can't say nothing to them. They would love to call the cops on me. And for this reason, I don't bother with them. I don't say nothing to them. They don't need my help. That's fine. The whole it takes a village, nope. Not when it comes to black men. Single black men, no, they don't want our help. They don't want our help. And we shouldn't help them. Because when we get into the court system, and listen, even if you go and you're found not guilty, you were arrested for it, which means it's on your BCI record. You can't get that off your record. It's called being disenfranchised. So once something like that's on your record, you can't go and work for the government. They look at your BCI record and be like, nope, they throw it right out. That's what they do. They throw it right out. They look at your, there's other certain jobs you can't get, they throw it right out. They're like, we can't hire you. You won't hear nothing back from these people. And sometimes they'll tell you, we can't hire you because of what's on your BCI record. You can't even get that off your record. Oh, the system does hold black men back. It does. It does. Trust. And then you got to be out here in the rain and in the snow, scraping, trying to just get by, doing whatever just to get by. Trust me, it holds you back. And then those same people will look at you and laugh at you. The system holds you back for sure. Where in the law do you get probation? D. Oh, okay, everybody's gone. Anyways, I just wanted to say it wasn't 3 girls. It was 4. But everybody's gone. Thank you guys for stopping by, and you have a good day.